friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Workshop. It is Monday, April 11th, 2022, and we're getting another good soaking rain out there. At least the good news is the temperature has warmed up a little bit, so at least it'll do some good. The field out in front of here has turned so green that even I can tell it. And I say that because I'm totally colorblind, as most of you know. Thought I'd give you a quick glimpse at the world's finest mandolin ever built by a human. Before I do that, I want to explain one more time because there's still a lot of confusion. I see it in comments. There's even been some people say, oh, you're building two of them. No, I'm only building one. There is a series, parts 1 through, I think we're up to part 9 now, presently. That's the series on the complete build from start to finish. These daily vlogs that I have just recently started migrating to, I am also showing you where the current status is of that mandolin that I'm building in the full series. They're not in sync necessarily, though the series is really catching up with present day. I was hoping by the time the series got caught up to present day, I would basically be finished. And, you know, in a perfect world, I would have been. But things I've gotten further and further behind, and the hands haven't cooperated, and I've got a million excuses. It's just the way it is, though. I was really hoping that by the time we got to end of that series, I would be completely finished, and it would just continue on, and you'd see the ending. But it's probably not going to work that way. There's probably going to be a large gap in the actual series between, say, part 9, 10 to the end, just because I can't keep up. But you can still see what I'm doing on a daily basis in the vlogs. And then you can go back and watch the full series to see how I did all of that. I hope that makes sense. So here is a look at that mandolin at present. You can see that there is actually finish over the whole thing now. It's starting to really pop. Look at all that color and intensity in the back there now. I just think it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. And of course, that's just a very thin skim coat of shellac, actually, which is basically the French polish thing. The only difference is the French polish is hand rubbed on with alcohol and a pad, and this was sprayed on. I mean, it's same stuff, though. I mean, you know, I could hand polish this out and it would look the same. But I'm not going to leave that as my top coat because to me, shellac is only good for undercoating. Now, I know that flies in the face of 19 million of you out there that are saying that, you know, French polish is the best. And it is. It's the most acoustically perfect, and it's a beautiful finish. There's no question about any of that. You're not hearing me argue with you. The only thing I've told you in the past is you can scratch it very easily, and it just, you know, turns milky white if you sweat on it. So that's why I don't use it. But it is a good undercoat for oil varnish. So I will coat this with oil varnish eventually. But that is the present status. You can see that's probably where it's going to end up as I start putting the binding on it. I'm hoping to actually start putting the binding on it today, and I would for sure if it weren't for Uncle Sam and my tax situation, and I'm dragging my feet on that too. Yeah. I don't procrastinate much, but there are some things that it's just hard to get rolling, and the taxes is one of them, especially as complicated as it is when you run your own business and things. And have your hands in as many fires as I have them in, you know, because there's a lot going on that some of you probably don't even realize. For instance, that I redistribute products for my Italian exchange student. He, when he lived here when he was in high school, he now runs a company, and he sends products here, and then I reship them out. And so that's another thing that I do that you probably don't even know about or aware of. Anyway, there's just a lot going on all the time with me. You know, I'm busier than a cat covering up you know what on a marble table. But I hope you think that's beautiful, because I sure do. It's getting there. It's just gonna get better and better every day. There's been one or two comments about this, discoloration on the seam there, and to me, that's just Mother Nature. Yeah, I could have gotten rid of that. I know I could have, but I didn't know it at the time. I mean, you know what you know now. Monday morning quarterback is always perfect, But I didn't think I was going to have enough material to do everything, so I was very conservative and I didn't cut that out. I could have cut that little staining out, closed it up a little bit more. It's just Mother Nature. It's just part of this mandolin, and if you don't like it, it's just too bad. That's just part of it, and it's going to be part of it forever. You might as well get used to it. But like I said, had I known that I would have had enough material, well, I could have cut that out. But I really thought I was pressed on material as it was, and I didn't have an overabundance, I'll tell you that. I mean, I barely had enough, that's for sure. But I could have gotten rid of it, in hindsight. Okay, enough on that. Saturday evening, I took a trip down to Springfield, Missouri, and I went and met up with my friends down there, the Chapmans. John, Jason, Jeremy Chapman, and they're just an awesome group of guys in terms of their playing ability especially, and they run one of the coolest music stores around. It's the Acoustic Shoppe, and they spell shop S-H-O-P-P-E. So if you look that up, that's how you spell it, and I would recommend that if you're in the Springfield, Missouri area, that you be sure to check out the Acoustic Shoppe. They had a presentation down there Saturday night by David Harvey of Gibson. He's in charge of the production of the Gibson mandolin line, and I don't know, he may be in charge of the guitars too. I didn't ask him that part, but anyway, I know he's got a lot to do with the mandolins especially, and he kind of gave a history of the mandolins, and they did some performing, and it was very good, very entertaining, and I enjoyed it immensely. While I was down there, I took a few little clips and shots. I'm going to show you those right now. I'm at the Acoustic Shoppe in Springfield, Missouri, and it's really a nice place. Boy, they have some beautiful instruments. I think it's someplace you need to check out if you make your way down to Springfield for sure. Tonight they're going to have a presentation from the Gibson Company about their line of mandolins, and I think it's going to include a lot of history. So it's going to be very interesting. I made the drive. It's about 2 hours for me, and I think it's going to be well worth my time. So again, it's called the Acoustic Shoppe. I know they also have a YouTube program, and you want to check that out as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed those clips of my little time at the Acoustic Shoppe down in Springfield, Missouri. If you enjoyed it, be sure to click on the links in the description. I have a link to their website. I have a link to the video they produced that evening with David Harvey doing the speaking mostly, and they did some performing too, quite a bit of performing in fact, so you'll enjoy that part. And I also have a link to their YouTube channel. Be sure to go there and subscribe, and when you do, please tell them that Jerry Rosa sent you. I'm going to let that be the last word on this update for today, so thank you so much for watching. Tell your friends, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Thank you.